Mm-hmm. Hey, how's it going there, officer? What's your
How
name?
you doing?
What's your name and your badge number?
Officer Bush, 4680.
Thank you so much for being professional. What's your name and badge number, sir?
Officer Hines, 04918.
Thank you so much for being professional.
I asked the young man if he needed anything when I realized that he was reporting my customers, and I'm like, I don't appreciate that. If there's anything I can help you with, go ahead and let me know what you need. And he just continued recording. And the young lady that was sitting over here in line in queue, she was getting uncomfortable, you know, when they're customers. And
Totally
so that's not okay. It's not appropriate. So please can you leave the property?
Okay.
Since you are not conducting any postal business. So he refused to do so.
Okay,
I
well,
felt the need for you guys to come on by.
sounds like you need to leave the property or we're going to take you to jail.
Well, come over here. Over here.
Until you guys watch it.
Okay. Watch this. Over here. This is.
Are you willing to press charges?
Listen.
If it
We have
isn't
to.
legal.
Yes, sir.
Check this out.
Excellent.
We,
All right.
you know, we can't have
Can we get a
anything
supervisor?
on
Can we
We
get
can
a...
talk outside.
No, right here. Listen, no. This is poster 7. This is the rules and
But
regulations.
she said you're not conducting any postal business.
Listen to me, sir.
Okay, let's talk outside.
But this is the rule.
Come on. There you go.
Alright guys, the moment this video starts, the tension is already boiling. A calm citizen walks in, camera rolling, simply trying to get public information. Nothing more. But instantly, the staff reacts like he's carrying a bomb instead of camera. The officers arrive, badges flashing, demanding explanations like he's committed a federal offense. Even after professionally asking for names and badge numbers, the situation escalates as the employees complain about feeling uncomfortable. Instead of addressing the actual rules, they jump straight to threatening him with arrest. And right here, we see the familiar pattern. Ignorance, ego, and a complete misunderstanding of public rights merging into one explosive confrontation.
Listen, look at your vehicle. Look at this. That's the rules and regulations saying I can't read, sir. You didn't. You skipped.
But you're not.
I was just
You're
trying
not
to show.
conducting
I did. I asked him for a passport. I left and gave the lady her own personal space.
not what
you
you
just
told
grabbed my arm. I
Yes,
got
it is.
everything on camera. Can we
Yeah,
get a
so do I.
supervisor? Can we get a supervisor out here, please?
Well,
Please.
you need to leave.
This is public property. That's
it's
a
not.
lobby.
No, it is not. This
Listen,
is a private
It's actually a
business.
private
Li-
entity.
li-
I know
li-
it says United States Postal Service, but it's actually a
listen,
private
listen,
entity.
You were told to leave. You did not leave.
Listen real quick, sir.
Are you refusing to leave now?
I'll under threat of arrest, I'll leave. But listen,
Okay, good.
But
Go.
listen, there's a poster 7 in there that says I have the. Just go look, sir. Can you please go look?
But here's the one thing I do know. I understand if this was a government building. I understand if this was a police station. I understand all that on a government building. Yes.
And one more thing, sir. You know, right now I'm doing a protected activity,
No,
First Amendment,
no,
freedom of the press. This is freedom of the
You've been
press.
told to leave. You refuse to leave.
That was our first time ever saying to leave, sir. I got everything
But
on
the Uni-
camera.
Right, but the United States Postal Service actually is a private entity. It's not. I understand it says government, United States Postal Service, but it's actually a private entity.
Okay.
So it's not like.
And can we get a supervisor, please? I'm gonna go stand on the sidewalk,
We've
but.
got a supervisor in the room.
And I'm gonna go stand on the sidewalk because you did tell me to leave. But when I go stand on the sidewalk, can you please? That's the rules and regulations of postal property. There's a section for photos and photography. Can you please read that? It says I can take it in the foyer, lobbies, entrances.
Okay.
It's right there. I'm gonna go stand there. We're gonna wait on your supervisor,
Okay.
and they're gonna let you guys know.
Listen up. This is where things get wild. The employee insists that recording customers is not appropriate. Ignoring the fact that discomfort is not a law, the officers instantly side with her, demanding he leave without even checking the posted rules. Meanwhile, the auditor keeps calmly pointing to poster 7 inside the building, the government's own policy allowing photography in lobbies, foyers, and corridors. Instead of reading it, an officer grabs his arm, physically dragging him toward the exit. That's when the camera catches everything. The illegal detainment, the unnecessary force, and the officers refusing to examine the rules literally hanging on their own wall.
Wow, man, you put your hands on me. That's an assault, man. If I haven't committed a crime, you can't walk me out. You can't put your hands on nobody. Ooh, buddy. Ooh, buddy. How you doing, sir? You sergeant?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Gerner, how may I help you?
Hey, can I get your name and badge number up close just for the record?
My name? I just told you. My name
I
is
couldn't hear with the
I'm
wind.
Sergeant Gerner. My badge number is 4949. 944 serial number.
Yes, sir. I came in here today just to kind of get some public information. I know I have every right to record in here. It actually have a poster 7 in there with the rules and regulations on poster property, saying that photos and photography may be taken in the lobbies, foyers, and corridors. Clear as day. Right when I walked in, the lady she triggered the issue. She said, "Hey, what are you doing here?" I said, "I'm just recording." She's like, "Well, you can't record here. You can't record my customers." She said, "This lady do not want to be recorded." The lady didn't even say nothing yet. But I even left the building just to give the lady her privacy, which I really don't even have. I didn't have to do that. Anything I see in public, I can record. That was just a little lobby. I wasn't going to be in there that long. Look how little it is. There's nothing in there. But I did ask them for a passport. They let me know I have to go to another building. I couldn't even get public information to ask them. I'm just documenting as I'm handling my business. These gentlemen, I forget his name, but he actually grabbed me and pulled me out the office. Not even letting me show him the rules and regulations on postal property. This is a First Amendment protected activity. You cannot turn that into a crime. You and the postal people took an oath to uphold the Constitution.
All right, guys. Now the auditor steps outside under threat of arrest, but he doesn't back down. He immediately requests a supervisor, the one card officers hate seeing played. While waiting, he reminds him that postal buildings are public property and his recording is a constitutionally protected act. The officers keep insisting it's a private entity, a claim that falls apart the moment you read federal law. The camera captures every second of their frustration as the auditor refuses to be bullied. He's calm, articulate, and confident. The complete opposite of the officers scrambling to justify their actions.
And you pulled me out the building, sir, when I'm telling you I have the right to do so.
You weren't leaving when you told me.
I don't have to leave. They can't make me leave just because I got a black shirt on. I have to commit a crime for you to make me leave this property.
They ask you to leave.
They can't just ask me to leave. No, it's not. That's not a trespass work, sir. If I'm at the police department, you can't just say, "Hey, leave." I have to commit some type of crime.
Or if you're causing the disturbance,
I didn't
making
cause
people feel uncomfortable.
I did.
That's another.
Come on,
other
Sarge.
situation.
Come on, Sarge. Now, I'm not making nobody uncomfortable by recording. You can't turn protected activity
On that,
into a crime.
You're absolutely right. You can record anybody you want,
And I didn't
You're
say
not
nothing.
Interfering with anybody's
I'm not-
work or anything like that.
They came out to me.
Okay, all right.
It's a little lobby, sir. Once you walk in there, you see it's little. It's nothing too much you can do or say. I just had a couple questions. I was in there 20 seconds and the lady ran out to me.
20 seconds?
20 seconds.
You got that on your phone?
I got that. See, the lady was outside. She was outside getting something out somebody's car. So when I walked in, she came in right behind me and was like, "Hey, what are you doing? You can't record." So, and what's your name again? Your name and badge number?
Officer Bush, 462.
Bush put his hands on me and pulled me out the office.
Yes, it did. Because you
They
refused to
wanted
leave
you
when I
to
told
leave,
you.
but I'm going to go talk. I haven't talked to the manager, so I'm going to go
Okay.
over and talk.
And you gotta let him know, just because they want me to leave minus a crime, that you can't do that.
Trespassing is a crime.
Trespassing is a crime, but I wasn't trespassing. You gotta commit a crime first.
Here comes a turning point. The supervisor arrives, and instantly the energy shifts. Unlike the others, he listens. The auditor explains everything clearly. He walked in, recorded quietly, stayed out of people's personal space, and even stepped outside when someone felt uncomfortable. He never raised his voice, never interfered with business, and never created a disturbance. He simply documented his own visit. Then he drops the bomb. Poster 7 explicitly allows what he was doing. The supervisor can no longer deny it. And now the spotlight is on the officer who physically pulled him out. A move that looks worse and worse as the truth comes out.
You gotta commit a crime, sir. 25 years, and you ain't got that. Was you able to see poster 7?
Say again?
Was you able to see the rules and regulations on the wall?
Did you also see the rules about disorderly conduct and if you're impeding customers doing
I didn't
business?
say nothing to nobody, sir. Right when I walked in, the lady she came outside. So right when I came in, she came right behind me. I didn't even know who she was. She just started talking to me. She could have been a customer. I don't know. Once I noticed that the lady was really just uncomfortable, I went outside so she could handle her business, and then just came back. And I only hung around because they said they was calling you guys.
Right now you're on sidewalk anyway. You're on public property. And here's the deal. In that foyer is public property. You're correct about that. But the issue is when you're making customers uncomfortable That's prohibited act, which is on that rules and regulations. If you're impeding any business, any customers doing business, that's a prohibited act. That's on that rules and regulations.
This is a First Amendment protected activity. You cannot turn a First Amendment protected activity into a crime. That's public property. I'm not saying nothing. I can record. Your feelings don't overrule my constitutional right. So if you're uncomfortable with me recording you and we're in public, you go to Disneyland with your Disneyland with your kids and you about to take a picture. You gonna make everybody behind you sign a waiver? They uncomfortable being on your...
Let me read the actual word.
Come on, Sergeant. Come on, get them. This is public. This is public.
All right, here's where the excuses start crumbling. The supervisor tries to pivot, claiming that making customers uncomfortable is a prohibited act, but the auditor challenges it instantly. Feelings are not laws and discomfort is not a crime. He brings up the perfect example. If you take a photo at Disneyland, do you make everyone behind you sign a waiver? Of course not. Public space means publicly visible. He destroys every argument with pure logic, while the supervisor tries to read from a rule sheet, realizing none of it actually prohibits filming. The audit turns into a masterclass on rights versus emotions, and the officer's position gets weaker with every sentence.
Public
You're right, it is
property.
a public building, but if you're making people uncomfortable, I'll read this to you so you can get it all on your disorderly conduct.
I'm not
Conduct
impeding
that
it.
creates loud or unusual noise, or which impedes entrance or departure to post offices, or otherwise obstructs the usual use of
I didn't do none of
entrances, foyers, corridors,
I didn't do none of that.
elevators, stairways,
None of that.
parking lots, or which otherwise tend to impede or disturb the public.
I didn't do none of that.
You just said in your own words that you
I
made
didn't-
that gal uncomfortable.
I didn't do none of that.
Which is their right to do, in order to ensure that the post office operates as well as it can. Now you're out here, you can record all you want. We can't keep you from going back in there now once we leave. But again, if you continue to do the acts that make people uncomfortable, make the workers and make the public in general uncomfortable when they go in there to conduct their business, I'm
a
sure we're going to be
prohibited
called
activity.
back out here. And then we'll call the postal inspector and have them come and take care of this.
Okay.
Okay?
And again, one more thing, you guys.
You already have his info?
No, we've not.
You just want to give it? Do you want to provide us your information?
Am I obligated? Okay. So can I go back in there?
It's only fair since you got all our information.
You're public. You're a public servant. I'm private.
Back and settle.
He said I can go back in there. He said he finna leave.
We can't stop at this point. I mean,
That's right.
Damn, look at this dude.
That's like I said.
Wow, man, this. Oh, man, he wanted to make an arrest so bad. Wow.
And here's the knockout. The supervisor finally admits the truth. The auditor can legally go back inside once they leave. No crime committed, no trespass, no obstruction, nothing. The officer's entire justification collapses. Meanwhile, the officer who put hands on him looks furious, embarrassed, and desperate to find something to charge him with. The camera captures everything. The frustration, the silence, the defeated expressions. When the supervisor walks away, the auditor stands tall, still recording, proving once again why filming public officials is essential. Another failed attempt to intimidate a citizen ends with the officers walking off, dismissed and exposed.